Certainly not from around these parts, are they? Never seen clothes sewn quite like that before. Maybe a traveller? They must have come quite far. I haven't seen that style of clothing before. Then again, I don't see any weapons on them. Hey! It seems like they're waking up. Hello there. Good to see you aren't harmed in any way.
They certainly seem like quite the strangers to these lands. Since you're up and awake, might as well ask them where they came from. So long as they aren't some kind of lost soul with no memories of the past. Though, given the groggy look, I believe they'll need a minute.
Good to see you've gained a bit more awareness. Do you hope you haven't hit your head too hard? Now that you're somewhat awake, do you remember how you got here? And why you're currently napping in the grass in these old ruins? Also, there's some blinking firefly on your wrist.
Take it easy. No need to rush or anything. Don't need a headache or anything, do you? Where are you? That answers that question. Well, currently you're sitting in the ruins of an old mage who had a habit of leaving his spells on too long. I'm sure you know the name yourself. Do you live under a rock?
Hey, easy. Not everyone pays that much attention to the events of magic that closely. Though, it is odd seeing how puzzled they look. Is everything alright, friend? You've been awfully quiet. Magic isn't real. Not to be rude, but have you eaten anything strange? Magic's the foundation of our very world.
Something's not quite adding up here. Where are you from, anyways? I've never heard of that place. Could you maybe point it out on the map here? What do you mean? This is how the maps have always looked. I think I might have an inkling as to what's happened. You came through that portal that we closed.
Oh, yes, that would make perfect sense. Terribly sorry. You must have been so confused. But so were we. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. Though that does beg the question of how different your world is. I mean, surely you have some kind of magic? Maybe runes and sigils? Considering the band on your wrist.
It's a watch? What are you watching with it? The time. So it's time magic. It's technology-based. And what is this technology you're talking about? Is this how I sound whenever I try explaining things? It all sounds rather fascinating. Alchemy always seemed rather impressive, but this goes rather above that.
Could we mayhaps learn more about this, and the world you come from? If you're still too groggy, We can save them for later. Oh dear, I think we forgot some basic manners. We haven't even introduced ourselves. Well, it's lovely to meet you. I'm Berry, and this is my friend Curse. If it wasn't obvious by now, we're mages.
Nice to meet you. Apologies for seeming standoffish, but encountering someone who isn't aware of magic, let alone comes from another world, is a little hard to imagine. Though I guess you're just as baffled right now. Well, now's the perfect opportunity to close that gap a little and get to know each other's way of living. Though, could we get your name? Even your names are odd. Ow.
It's a lovely name, just rather different to those around these parts. We should find some shade and take a seat somewhere. As nice as that stone looks, I think the grass over by that tree's much nicer. Can you walk? No bruises or anything that needs healing at all? Wonderful to hear, friend.
Need anything? We picked some fruit and berries, and I have a spare potion bottle filled with water if you need any. Alright, well, the offer's there if you change your mind. So, pleasantries sorted. What's your world like? It must be some kind of giant dungeon if that's considered normal. Or like the tallest of wizards' towers.
What are the carriages like? Oh, cars are what you call them. Hold on. Let me get my notebook. We have to write this down. Alright, quill and pot of ink, and we are ready. So, how do you communicate long distance? Phone. That's a weird name. But what do they look like? Depends on the brand. Is that what you call Smiths in your home?
So how does any of this function without magic? I can't think of any electricity. You mean that lightning? The thing that comes from the sky is how you power everything. And that's not magic. How exactly? You use machines to make and use it. What's a machine? Okay, so it's like those automatons.
Do let us know if we're overloading you. It's just so fascinating, you know. Please do ask any questions you have about our world, okay? It might be a little mundane to us, but don't get discouraged. A curious mind is a healthy mind, as we always say. Plus, it's clear from the sparkles lighting your eyes. You have your own wonder about us.
Yeah, ask away. We have lots to share. Not to seem arrogant, but both of us have seen our fair share of rare and what you'd call mythical things. Do dragons exist? Should have expected that one. Yep, they do. It can be kind of pesky, honestly. We met this one called Xander, and don't get me wrong, nice guy.
He has quite the temper if you don't agree with his ideas. So, if you ever have the pleasure, just nod your head and smile till he's done. How does magic work? That's a very long-winded answer. But in short, it's like an unseen current of power that can take a long time to see or use on your own. So, most can go without it, sadly.
But if you have a good teacher, anyone can use it. Could we teach you? Well, I don't see why not. Though I should mention, we've never really taught, just been taught. So keep in mind we would be more talking from our experience. It's hard to really describe the feeling, but once you grasp it, you'll feel incredible.
Should be a good experience either way. Oh, I've always wanted an apprentice. This is so exciting. Oh, that is, if you'd like to be taught. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. You would? Wonderful. But what to teach? Oh, silly me. We can teach them a portal spell. That way they can get home and get taught. Win-win, really.
Little advanced, but we got time. Oh, you look rather confused. Portals aren't complex by any means. They're actually pretty simple. Just jump in like 1 or 2 steps for you is all. All you're doing is tapping into the flow. Yeah, I figured calling it the flow would be easier for now. And that's where we'll start. The first part of the lesson.
Let us know if you need us to slow down at all. Though we'll do our best to simplify what you need. So to start, I'm going to need you to close your eyes and focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in and out. You'll notice what almost felt like something flowing through your lungs. That's what you're looking for.
Now follow the trail as you breathe. Feel the energy coursing through your body and see if you can direct it to your hands and lips. So, just another deep breath in and out. Now hold that tight feeling in your chest and see if you can't direct it a little. What? Well, ain't you just a natural? I'm almost a little jealous.
That's amazing. Though we still have a few steps to go through. Now comes the next part. Now, don't worry. You don't need to learn a new language or anything. For a portal spell, it's all about the thought. So focus your mind on where you want to go and channel the flow from your fingertips, and you should be able to get it to work.
Well, I'll be damned. Congratulations, friend. You're a fledgling wizard. Well, that solves your problem. Why are you crying? Will you leave for good? Not at all, friend. If a portal got you here without you knowing magic, well, you knowing it should make the process easier to make your way back.
So wipe away those tears, friend. We'll be sure to welcome you any time you drop in. Oh, but we should also get a painting as a memento for the occasion. Take a photo? So your phone has the ability to do that? Fascinating. Yes, I think a photo would be wonderful. It should also help you portal to us as well.
Next time, you'll have to show us, or at least tell us more about your world, friend. Oh, maybe bring a book you can share that we can read. Be sure to practice those steps we showed you too. They'll be fundamental for your future lessons. But that's talk for another time. Can't excite you too much or you'll never get the time to rest in your bed.
It was quite lucky we bumped into each other. And I certainly hope you stay safe, friend. Just be sure to visit when you can. No pressure, of course. If you're ever down or need somewhere safe, we'll be happy to provide. Though, fair warning, it's a bit of a mess with our studies and all. How rude of us, rambling your ear off. See you soon, friend.